People ask me all the time, how did I get into stem cells? Well, it was one of those serendipitous events, meaning that I was in the office one day and a patient came in asking for PRP. Now, what is PRP? It's a plasma-derived product. You take blood, you spin it down, you take the essential growth factors out of your blood and re-inject it. It's painful, but effective if you're young enough for it to work. So if you're over 50, I don't really recommend it, but lots of people use PRP. It's been used for 30, 40, maybe 50 years. I used it 30 or 40 years ago when I was in the wound care center at the hospital. We used it for wounds. It does work, but there's a newer thing, and here's my epiphany moment. Patient came in, she had Achilles tendinosis, which means her Achilles tendon was inflamed, it was starting to tear. She was in a cast boot for a year and a half. She couldn't fix it. She worked as a nurse at the local hospital and she was afraid of being fired because that's a big surgery. And she came to me to get PRP because she had PRP for her elbow and it worked. Just so happened there was a company in my office talking to me about stem cells. And I said to her, since she was a nurse, would you like to try this new technique of quote unquote stem cells? And at that time, it was amniotic fluid. And this is probably at least 15 years ago. She accepted the challenge. I injected her Achilles tendon, said, keep the cast boot on, but I want to see you the next day. I want to see what the progress was. She came back and I said, how's your ankle? She said, perfect, I have no pain. I said, wait a minute. You've been in a cast boot for a year and a half and you're telling me one shot and you're better the next day? Yeah. Do I have to wear the cast boot? I said, yes. I mean, this is dangerous. Let me see you in the cast boot, see you back in 2 weeks. Yes, it healed. Now the question is, why did it heal? We knew that PRP was helpful, but why are these substances that are called stem cells so dramatic? Amniotic fluid, the fluid that bathes the fetus, they do have growth factors. The fetus is breathing liquid. That's what it's breathing. It's using the liquid to grow its lungs. They have growth factors. That's how you grow. That's how you repair. And that tissue is what I injected. Now it's considered a drug. Lucy, I'm so sorry, Lucy, our first primate. You are now classified, probably have a picture in the post office. Lucy is a drug dealer. She gave us life and she gave us natural remedy. But now the FDA says, no, this is a drug. You have to be in a 351 study. You need to have 10 years more of study. It's effective, it's safe, but it's not legal. You have to be in a new drug application. So we can't use that today. Now, have I used it in the past? Yes, for the last 20 years, almost, I've used it. Thousands and thousands and thousands of patients. It has a 90%, in my opinion, effective rate. If you get off of sugar, you do all the things I tell you, you will get better with these perinatal tissues. The one I like the best, and it is legal here in the United States to use Wort's jelly, and that's the subject of another discussion.